What is good, everybody? Richie here. Welcome back to the channel. Before we dive right into things, be sure to smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, all that jazz. Hit the notification bell so you never miss any of my live streams or any of my videos. If you even are into the vlogs, I'm gonna be doing one a week for the rest of the year, or at least I'm gonna try to anyway. So I kind of want to talk about what it means to have the mindset of a student and to always embrace and hold on to having the mindset of a student. As human beings, I think it is vitally important to our species and it is vitally important to always be learning new things or attempting to do new things, because it's good for our spiritual growth, our mental growth. It could be good for our physical growth. Constantly having an open mind. An open mind is a very, very, very powerful thing. You know, it helps you decipher the difference between right and wrong. It helps you decipher the decisions that you're going to make regarding your own life and regarding your circle of influence, meaning the people that you associate with. Always be ready, always having the mindset to be ready where someone else could arrive in your life to put you on game, to give you some form of substantial knowledge that you will need to progress in your own life. In my 20s and later 20s, I was a very closed-minded individual. When someone would give me advice or tell me, they would say things like, you gotta love yourself before anyone is ever gonna love you, or whatever. I always thought that was stupid and that didn't make any sense, and it wasn't true. But I can tell you, here I am. I'm gonna be 36 this year, that it's definitely true. Having a sound mind and a state of being and knowing who you are as an individual is extremely important within your life, within society, within your family, your relationships with people. It's extremely important to know who you are and to love who you are, because if you don't, you're going to always attract the wrong type of people in your life. So you should constantly be trying to expand your mind and broaden your horizons in the best way humanly possible. Reading books, meditating, praying to whatever God you believe in. Getting one-on-one with nature. I often think to myself, there are people out there who never even go outside, and being outside is one of my favorite things. Yeah, I love video games. Yeah, I like watching fun shows and movies and stuff like that, but that's all surface level BS. The most real that I feel is when I'm outside in nature. When I'm going for walks, taking a dip in the ocean. Man, I used to go, a friend of mine, I'll tell you guys a little backstory. Me and this guy, Kent, we used to go for 4 a.m. runs on the beach at least once a week. Sometimes it was twice a week, but most of the time, once a week. We'd go for a run on the beach, and we'd watch the sunrise. And when the sun would rise, we'd run for basically a quick dip in the ocean. And man, oh man, there's nothing quite like it. I know that's kind of a side tangent, but I learned a lot on those runs. I learned a lot about who I am. I learned I don't need anybody in my life to make me happy. I learned that I can be the most authentic version of myself humanly possible, and that I'm always going to attract the right people if I have the right mindset. You can learn anything from anyone, and I'm a huge and firm believer in that. You should always have a mind that is prepared to learn. You know, I'll challenge you guys. When was the last time you did something where you were trying to learn something new? I'll give you guys an example. A couple of years ago, I was at my friend Chris's house, and he was telling me, "Why don't you try to learn how to draw a little bit?" I'm like, "I can't draw. I don't have any idea how to draw. I don't know what I would draw. The best I could draw is a stick figure." He says, "Well, I have an instruction manual on how to draw faces, how to draw hands. You just follow the guide and you should be able to draw." And I tell you what, I managed to put together some very interesting looking faces. And it's probably the best artwork I've ever done. And you know what's crazy? On this day, when I decided to draw, I started to get this mild headache, and it was in a spot that I've never felt a headache before. It was like right around my temple area, and I said, "Dude, it's weird. I'm not dehydrated or anything. I don't think I'm having caffeine withdrawals. I got this like headache right here." And he was like, "It's because you're learning." I don't know how true that could be, but I have to say, having the feeling of learning something new and knowing that a lot of things are possible if you just apply yourself and actually try at something is pretty unique, and it's pretty cool. You never know what you're capable of unless you're willing to learn a new skill. It's like cooking, for example. I never thought I could make really nice meals, and I never thought I could become a quote unquote a chef, which is like a really bullshit title if you ask me. It's not. I don't even think it's a real thing. There's people that just know how to cook, and there's people who don't know how to cook. And I've met some very smart people over the past decade and a half of learning how to cook and being a cook as a living, to make a living. I've learned that I can make bread. I know how to make bread from scratch. I can make nice breads. I know how to make cookies and brownies, and I can do eggs. I can make eggs any style. I know how to cook rice perfectly. I know how to make soup. I know how to do everything. Maybe not exactly everything, but you get my point. And it's all because I had a mindset that was willing to accept somebody else's form of advice so that I could learn and actually project it and make me better. So the whole point of this is that I'm telling you guys, get out there and be ready to learn something. Learning is a good thing. It's a scary thing. You know, trying to learn how to speak another language. Trying to learn how to, scuba dive. Trying to learn how to, There's so many opportunities in this world, and a lot of people become complacent and they don't have the mindset of like trying to learn anything new. And I think that holds us back as a species, and as human beings, it holds us back. So Guys, what I'm trying to tell you is have the mindset of a student where you're always learning, and be like a sponge and absorb information and discard what you know is stupid, and try to, if you're speaking to somebody who's been doing something for a good amount of time, try to have an open mind about it. Try to think to yourself, this person might know something that could help me project my way to the future. So yeah, guys, have an open mind, have that student mindset. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one. God bless. No stress. Pumpkin spice. Obsessed. Peace.